Hello, hi, how are you? How do I gracefully handle a talk about what we are without freaking out? Well, the only time I had to ask myself and that person if we were something or when are we going to be something, I literally felt so bad. That felt unnatural. And what I've learned from that experience is if you have to ask, what are you? Then you are nothing. Because when you are aligned and you are just in the same boat, you are not going to feel like, what are we? And you're not going to feel scared of asking because it's going to be too obvious, like you already know. And I'm so sorry because I know a lot of people are like, no, but girl power. I'm so sorry, I'm not that kind of person. The man should ask you first. And if he doesn't, for me, he's not invested, because when a man is in love, they move everything. Like you don't have to ask, like you don't have to worry, like, what are we? No, you know what you are, because that man is going to be like, I don't want anyone to take this girl away from me, so I have to be quick. Of course, I learned that it should be slowly. It should not be like you are dating in 1 week, but at least he's clear and he actually tells you that he's invested and he actually wants to keep dating you and knowing you and showing you with acts, not words. So if you have to have that talk, you already have your answer. What are the signs that someone is interested in me and how should I respond? So easy. Literally, if you have to ask yourself, is this guy interested in me? He's not. If you show and you don't receive the same back, or worse, if you communicated and that person still don't do anything, that person doesn't like you. So if you have the smallest sign of, I'm not sure if this guy likes me, you should go. Like a run. How should you respond? Well, I feel like you should respond based on your interest in this person. Like if you like the person, you should respond just sincerely and just tell the truth. We have to stop being in this mood of, I should play it hard. Don't show that you're super interested, even if you are, but don't act like you're not interested at all, because then you can lose a chance. And that's not what we want. So just be honest with yourself and with that person, and that's all. Also, if you feel like someone is playing and sometimes you feel like he's into you, sometimes you feel like he's not, shut it down. Bye-bye. You don't exist anymore. Boom. I disappear. Because people don't change, and it's easier changing man than changing the man. What's your go-to advice for surviving a first date that's super awkward? Raise your hand if this ever happened to you. If the date is being so awkward and you know there's not going to be a second date, enjoy the date. Just take it as you are in a solo date, basically. Because awkward, it's not the same as boring. If it's boring, leave. And I recommend you, because there's not going to be a second date probably with this person, to practice your saying no and kinda your courage. So you are going to practice how to say, I have to go. I'm not really enjoying. I don't feel the spark. I don't feel like we are getting along. So you're so nice. Like, thank you so much for your time, but I would like to end the date here and not waste any of our time. You were being nice, but you're being real. And also, if you know that you don't like that person, why are you going to waste their time? And why are you going to waste your own time? Of course, if you are on a date and that was like the first 5 minutes, give it a little bit of time. Like, but I would not give more than 1 hour if the thing was awkward since the beginning. It's still awkward 30 minutes after, and 45 and almost an hour, and it's still been awkward. I really think that connections are immediate. There are a lot of exceptions. I know that at the beginning, like, you kind of don't like that person and you end up, like, I don't know, marrying or whatever. But in my opinion, I really believe in the energies and all of that, and I feel like there should be a connection in the beginning. And that's my advice on that. How do I deal with jealousy when my partner has a lot of friends of the opposite sex? In my previous relationships, I was super jealous. I was like, that's not normal. A guy cannot have friends. Well, I don't think like that at all right now after all the experiences that I had. Because, to be honest, a man having girlfriends means he actually knows how to have a relationship with a woman, which is not just sexual or love interest or whatever, but actually sees a woman as a normal person. Like, I don't see it as a bad thing anymore. And how to deal with the jealousy, I think that if you're jealous of that, is either because you have reasons, you have to see if you have them, or if you're just being a little bit delulu and paranoid, because that can happen too. If that's the case, then you should do inner work and know why this is coming from. And once you know that, you can work on it and it will disappear. But try to fix it ASAP, because jealousy is the #1 killer of relationships. So work on yourself to avoid that. What's the craziest thing you've done for love? It's not crazy, but it's stupid. Like, why? I was studying, I finished my last year of high school, and I was supposed to go to college. But because I didn't want to go away from my hometown to stay with my ex-boyfriend, I didn't do it. And I stayed in my hometown for 2 more years. And we ended up breaking up less than a year later. For me, that's the craziest thing, because never ever in my life I will ever take a decision based on my partner. I want to have my goals super clear and my dreams super present. So if I have a partner, I know that these are my dreams. And even if I have a partner, those dreams and those goals are not going to change unless I want to change them for myself. So for me, that's the craziest thing, because it literally delayed my entire life 2 more years. But I don't regret. It's just I learned a lot of things on those 2 years. But I cannot stop thinking about how different my life would have been. I guess we'll never know. Have you ever had a crush on a friend's partner? How did you handle this? Okay, I got confused for a second. I thought it was in a partner's friend. Okay, no, in a friend's partner, never. I have a strong belief that if your friend likes someone or your friend is dating someone, that person stops existing for me as a man. So no, I never had a crush on a friend's partner, and if you have it, maybe you should try to not have it. Do you believe in soulmates, or is it just a fairy tale? I am a hopeless romantic, so I do think that there's someone out there, and not only one person, to be honest. I feel like you can have like a clique with more than one person. I think that's called flames. But what I do think is that this world is enormous. And if you want to find your soulmate, you have to travel, you have to meet a lot of people. And I think there's someone out there that it's the perfect fit for you. And I've heard of a story that says when you feel that you want to be somewhere else, like in another city, in another country, is because your soulmate is there. And I'm just obsessed with that idea, because I'm like, imagine, like your body, your souls are calling each other. And I really believe in love at first sight. Also controlling it a little bit and just don't be blind. What's your biggest turn off when it comes to dating? This might be controversial. A guy who's funny, but not naturally funny. He's actually trying to be funny. These goofy guys that oh my god, he's so goofy. I don't like a goofy guy. I'm like, I love when a guy is just serious funny. Like, he just says something and you're like, what? And you just laugh, and he's not even laughing. He's like, it wasn't a joke, but okay. Also, someone who's bragging is a big turnoff. And also, I'm sorry, there are a lot of turnoffs, but also that victim guy. You just met each other and you're like, well, I went through a lot when I was a kid. Like, for example, I was the whole time here and there, and my parents and my friends, and we are getting to know each other. Why are you trying to make me feel bad for you? Like, so those 3 things, I think, I'm sure that there are more, but the first things that came up to my mind are those ones. I like this one. I think it's really interesting. What's something you wish guys understood about girls? That our feelings change drastically. It's not that we want to be feeling differently every day and sometimes every hour. It's just that our cycle, it's not the same as theirs. So I would love them to just experience for 1 month what it's like to be in a girl's body with our cycle, our period, our ovulation. And maybe when you have a partner, if you could only exchange your feelings and like your bodies for 3 months, just for them to see what it's like, I feel like they would be more understanding about our mood swings. How do I know if I'm in a toxic friendship and what should I do about it? Okay, I got it. This is simple. If you feel like you're not being yourself and you kind of have to fake it to be accepted, if you're feeling that, that's not a real friendship. And also, if that friend asks you to do things that are uncomfortable for you just to prove your value, that's also something that it's like a red flag for me, and I would not be in a friendship like that. I feel like that's really basic, but if we go in a deeper level, I would tell you that sometimes it feels good to be in a friendship with someone and you think that that's a really nice friendship because you have a lot of things in common, because that person is there when you need them and all of that, but you still feel that you cannot be yourself in that friendship, even that you don't feel in peace. And also, if your mom or your dad or someone around you really, really close from your family ever told you that they don't feel that friend is real or that that friend doesn't give them a nice vibe, trust me, that never fails. And mostly if it's your mom is never going to get it wrong about a friend if she's like, I don't like that friend for you. Trust me, probably is the mom's intuition. I don't know, but that's so strong. So just, you better follow that. What should I do if my friends are pressuring me to do things I'm not comfortable with? Well, I think you should cut off those friends. Well, I don't know, because maybe you're watching this and you are 13, 14, and me telling you cut off those friends, it's not the best option maybe. I completely understand. So I'm going to tell you, if you don't have the courage to do that, which is completely fine, I understand, we've all been there. And to be honest, the problems that I used to see problems back in the days, right now they just seem so, like, literally everything passes, everything changes when you grow up, and you realize that all the things that are huge for you at that age, when you grow up, they are literally the most silly things that you can think about, but in that moment is your whole world. That's why instead of telling you to cut them off, I'm going to tell you to try to talk to them, communicate with them. And if they are your real friends, they're going to understand and they're going to stop doing that. And if they don't, then try to start talking to other people, introduce yourself, try to go out of your comfort zone and maybe make new friends. And once you have new friends, you can then cut those friends off. What's the best way to support my friend through a messy breakup? I just did that recently with a friend who went through a breakup. After 8 years together, I went through a breakup myself recently, so I know and I can tell you how to help your friend if she's going through that, or how you even help yourself. Just be there to listen to her. And if you are the one going through a breakup, talk about it till you get tired, till you get sick. Don't be scared of annoying your friend. If she's a good friend, she's going to listen to you. Talk about it a million times. Now, if you don't have a friend that's going to listen to you, you have ChatGPT. I really love him. Like, I'm so sorry. But now you can literally call him. Like, you call him and start talking. Hi, I feel really bad because I don't know, I'm just going through a breakup, blah, blah, blah. So if you're the friend and you want to help, just be that friend that's going to listen to her. But don't listen while you are with your phone and you're like, oh, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Because that's not being a good friend. So let her cry. And when she did the cryings already, take her out and kind of try to let her see that the world is amazing with or without a man. Do you think it's okay to date a friend's ex? Why or why not? Of course, you can date your friend's ex if you are the worst of the friends. They went through things and you were there. Once your friend has a partner, that partner should be invisible for you. Like, if he was a girl, like, I would not talk to you ever again. Like, literally girl code. And if I have to explain why not, it's because it's maybe awkward. Maybe your friend is not over him. And also, how are you going to feel comfortable after seeing them on dates and in love and everything, and you with him now? It just doesn't make sense for me. Like, I really want to know, if you are a girl, is it something common? Like, have this ever happened to you? I'm really curious about that. How do I handle rejection, whether it's from a crush or a job? Well, I'm going to tell you my opinion. Rejection from a crush, I have to be honest, I think I never approached a man first. This is my personal opinion. I would not do that, so I would not face rejection. And it's not even about fear of rejection, because I don't care being rejected. It's just like, I don't think like I should talk first to a man. Just like a quick explanation. If you talk to a man first, he's going to get used to that. And in the relationship, then you're going to suffer for the relationship. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but they kind of get used to it. I'm just really proud of men doing the chasing, and that's my personal opinion. But if you like it, I don't think it's something bad. And I'm going to tell you how to face rejection in other areas, but I think you can also apply it to your crush. Having options. If you only go and give one CV in one job and you get rejected, that was your 100% opportunity gone. But if you apply it to 100 and you get rejected of 99, but you get approved in one, that's all you needed. Always have options in your mind. Always have a plan B. If you have a plan A and that plan doesn't work, you're fine because you have another plan already. So just be prepared for that. And in dating, I feel like it's the same. If you start talking with a guy, don't close your opportunities. Like, don't stop talking to all the other guys you were talking to. I would not close the other doors, because then your whole dating world is going to be that person. I feel like at the beginning it's really important to compare. Like that, you can see the options. You can be more objective and not like let yourself guide with just your emotions. So to end this point, just have a lot of options and you will not be that scared of rejection. How do I find my passion and purpose in life when I feel lost? How do I tell you that I still don't know? I feel like recently I'm discovering this, like literally this year, I would say. But I got the key. Finally, sometimes your passions are super different than you're like, I cannot try all of them because, girl, I want to be a singer and I also want to be an astronaut. How am I going to try those two things? So the key is to find the common thing in all of them. I hope you can see here what I mean. Normally, all the passions that you have something in common. And sometimes we have to make a decision, because if we try to postpone it and being like, no, but I don't know if I want this or this or this, and you just keep postponing it, you're going to see yourself years from there without having achieved any of them. So it's better to achieve one and try to focus on that one and grow on that one than just stay stagnant trying to choose what do you like or what do you actually want to try. So just go for one, choose, take a decision. Even if it has to be azar, just do it. And most important, don't be afraid of failing, because failing is going to teach you a lot. Maybe you think that failing in one area is not going to help you with another one, but probably it is. You're going to learn a lot of things that you're going to be able to implement in your next passion or whatever, and become successful way faster and way easier thanks to that failure in the other passion that you had. So don't be afraid of failing and just try. How can I build healthy habits that stick, especially when I'm busy or stressed? Well, I have to say that finally, I think I have habits. There are a lot of things that I improved, like waking up earlier, reading every day, trying to drink more water, have a better treatment to myself. So I think I kind of can say that the way to build healthy habits is implementing the habits one by one. Imagine your life is a mess. It looks like a real mess. And you, the next day, are trying to wake up at 6, going for a walk, stop eating sugar, reading every day, practicing self-love, and so on. Like literally all the healthy things that we all know. Just the next day, like, it's unrealistic. And that's the way that you're going to probably fail and feel demotivated and like you suck, because you have to be realistic with yourself. Like self-love also means having self-compassion. You have to understand yourself and be honest to yourself. Like, you know yourself better than anyone does. So why would you lie to yourself? You can have that as a goal, but you need also a plan to reach that goal. If you are waking up at 12 p.m. every day, try to wake up at 11 for a couple days. You made that. Try to wake up at 10 for a couple days. Once I master 6 for a week, I'm going to start implementing something else, but just implement the habits one by one. Once you've mastered one of those habits, you continue with the second one. Once you got those two, you're going to add the third and the fourth and the fifth and so on, but one by one, because if not, it's going to be literally impossible. And I finally realized that this is the best way to maintain a habit. And what if you are busy? Once you implement this one by one thing in your head, it's so easy to stick to those habits, even if you're busy, and kind of plan things ahead. Okay, I'm going to be busy all this time. when can I place my healthy habits in this busy day? And if you are stressed, if this only happens like once every week or once every 2 weeks, give yourself that day. It's fine. Sleep a little bit more that day. Eat the meal that you're craving because you deserve it for being 1 or 2 weeks sticking to your habits. It's all about balance. If you have balance, you have everything. How do you practice self-love on a tough day? I like this. I like all the questions. It's just crazy. I feel like in a tough day is the hardest. How would you show your partner, your friend, your family that they are loved? Think about it. And that's exactly what I would do to myself. If I feel like I would talk to them and I would be like, it's fine, everything is going to be okay, you can overcome this, and it's positive affirmations, I would give positive affirmations to myself or just tell all those things that I want to hear to myself. If it would be like making dinner to that person or taking them to the cinema or doing a self-care night with face masks and all of that, I would do that myself. So it's just ask that question, like if your best friend, if your mom, if your boyfriend was feeling off and it was a tough day for them, how would you show them that you love them? That's the answer of this question for yourself too. What's the best way to deal with body image issues and feel confident in my own skin? Okay, I tried to structure it in my head and I'm going to give you 3 main advices. Maybe you've been through things that I haven't been through, or I've been through things that you haven't been through, and we have different point of views about it, but I'm just sharing my experiences. Maybe it can help you, and that's all I want for this video. Try to not compare yourself to others. I'm always going to repeat this. Comparing yourself to others is always going to make you want to change. Those people that you want to look like probably want to look like someone else. Like even the top models, pretty singers, even them have insecurities and are not fully happy in their own. So keep that in mind. Even if you looked like that person, you would probably want to look like someone else. So that's the first one. The second one, I would say, practice self-love. If you practice self-love and you learn, because I feel like that's a practice. You cannot just be born with self-love because that's not the normal in society right now. So practice it. Read a lot of books. Like if every day you repeat in your head, self-love, self-love, at the end, even if you don't believe it at the beginning, you're going to end up believing it. It's like you have to reprogram your brain. And the third one, and this is, yes, based a little bit more on changing, but it's changing the things that you actually can change. If you don't like your body image, you can change your clothes and try to find the clothing that fits your body type. You can change your hairstyle. And trust me, a positive and confident person looks way better than someone really, really pretty, but with a lot of insecurities. What's your advice on navigating social media without comparing myself to others? Easy. I choose what to watch. If there's someone that's making me compare to that person too much, like I'm the whole time being like, oh my God, the life, because sometimes you're going to realize this too. By some people, you're going to feel inspired, you're going to feel motivated. And with other people, you're going to be like, damn, I really want to be this person. If you're following that person, unfollow. Don't be afraid of hitting unfollow. It's completely fine. I think that's the only way I do it on social media is I just follow the people that get me motivated. I have to say that envy is not a bad feeling if it's a healthy envy. And it's like, oh, I would love to have that life, but not in a bad way. Just like in, I want that. So you work harder to get to that point. How do I effectively communicate my feelings and boundaries without feeling guilty? First of all, you should never feel guilty for setting your boundaries because it's you, it's your person, it's your body, it's your everything. And setting boundaries is literally the perfect filter because it's going to filter the people that are going to respect you from the people that are not going to respect you. And about how to communicate your feelings, I feel like everyone should have a little bit more of emotional intelligence. We all should read an emotional intelligence book because how many miscommunications are out there just because we cannot control our emotions, our feelings. So this was all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, go watch this video. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. And thank you so much for being here with me.